All right, here we go. All right, here we go. If you haven't already, please make sure you put your first and last name on your packet. Nia, do you have a packet? I need you to write your first and last name on your packet. On the table. That first stack, baby. All right, so this week, what's due on Friday? Well, yeah, you can staple it. Is it stapled already? No, just staple it. It's an electric stapler right there. There you go. All right, so do this week the warm up, the homework. You have a quiz this week. Your quiz this week is on triangle measurement. Finding the missing measurement of a triangle. We worked on that last week. Yes, babe. No. All right. The essential questions are on the board. You have 2 essential questions this week. Describe how to find the missing measurement of a triangle given the other angles within the triangle. Define the following words. We got angle, complementary, supplementary, adjacent angles, vertical angles, corresponding angles, congruent angles, similar, interior angles, exterior angles, alternate interior angles, and alternate exterior angles. The agenda is on the sideboard. I'm going to abbreviate what we're going to do today. I'm not going to write all of it, but the agenda is on the side. We're going to write in our planner. I'm going to go over the warm-up, the second problem. We need to write down our goal for the week. I am going to review some geometry vocabulary words that we need to make sure we understand, preferably the ones that are here. And then I'm going to go over finding missing links of similar figures. So today we're going to talk about similar figures. Similar figures are proportionate. So we're going to be doing proportions or solving proportions today. And then there's a drawing that we're going to do with proportions. Okay. We're going to put these things in our interactive notebook. I'm going to pause to give you a chance to write. Please take out your planner. In our planner, this is the last week right here. We're in 11/28. The goal that I have for us this week, my goal this week, is to make sure that I get those help videos. Your goal could be to make sure, remember, to get all your makeup work in. Progress reports go out next week, not this week, but next week. So you got a little ways. And now we're going to go to a new page. I'm going to pause to give you a chance to write down your goal for the week. Let's go to a new page. This is week 4. Q2 week 4. Who is that? Parker. Oh, okay. That's right. All right. All right. Okay, so look, we got 11. We got 11/28 through December 2nd. This is Q2 week number 4. Please write that in. Yes, it's week 4. Time rolling. All right, so math 8. Math 8. Watch the homework help video. Make sure you complete your homework. Don't forget that iReady project is due Friday. Okay. I'm going to pause to give you a chance to write. We're doing problem. We're going to do number 2. Should have did 1, but that's okay. I already told you 2, so I'm going to stick with 2. All right, here we go. We're solving this like an equation. The only thing different that we will have to do, that if you multiply or divide both sides by a negative, then the inequality is going to flip. That's only if. Problem number 2. Number 2. First thing that we're going to do, just like we're solving an equation, is we're going to do distributive property first. We're going to multiply the 3 times both numbers in the parentheses there. We're going to multiply the 2 times both numbers in the parentheses there. Please draw the arrows to indicate that we are going to do or perform distributive property. We're going to multiply 3 times 1, which gives us 3. We're going to multiply 3 times a negative 3a, which gives us a negative 9a. We're going to bring down the inequality, which is a greater than sign. Now we're going to do distributive property on the other side of the inequality. We have 2 times a negative 4a. That's negative 8a. We have 2 times a 7. That is 14. First step is distributive property. Second step, combine like terms on each side of the inequality separately. I cannot combine these terms because they are not like terms. Nor can I combine these terms. They are not like terms. Third step, move the variables to the same side. I'm going to move the negative 9a to the other side of this inequality. Okay, since I want to work with positive numbers, I'm going to move the smaller one. The inverse of subtraction is addition. So I'm going to add 9a to move it to the other side of the inequality. Negative 9a plus plus 9a is 0. And I'm left with this positive 3. I know it's a positive 3 because there's no sign in front of it. Bring down the inequality. Negative 9a plus 9a is 1a, or just a. I'm going to bring down the 14. To get a by itself, I'm going to subtract 14 on both sides. 3 minus 14 gives us a negative 11. I'm going to bring down the greater than sign. 14 minus 14 gives us 0, and we're left with a. Negative 11 is bigger than a, or a is smaller than negative 11. This is the same thing. They're saying exactly the same thing. Please make sure that you write this down. Okay, so put this sheet in front of you. Put your first and last name on the sheet, please. Some of you may remember this from last year, okay? This is also part of our curriculum for this year as well. All right, we're going to determine, the first part of this is determining if the figures are similar. That means they're the same shape, but not necessarily the same size. That also means that they are proportionate. So up at the top, we're going to write a little small definition for similar. Same shape. Not same size. They're also proportionate. Mm-hmm. Is that better? All right. We are going to do, we're going to do a couple together, and I'm going to give you the rest to do on your own. Okay. We have two sections that we're going to do like that. In this first section, we're going to determine if the two figures that are shown are similar. That means that they are also proportionate. So we're going to write this as a proportion. And if both sides of the proportion are equal to each other, then we're going to say, yes, these figures are similar. So a proportion by definition is going to be where you have two ratios that are equal to each other. We are going to compare the sides, the top side, to this vertical side. So top side is 4, the vertical side is 12. So we're comparing top side to the vertical side. So we got our top side here is 2 for the second rectangle. The vertical side is 6. And that's how we set up the proportion. We are comparing. Remember, by definition, a proportion is where you have two ratios that are equal to each other. The ratio that we created is the top side measurement to the vertical measurement. So now we're going to cross multiply. If you remember from last year, that means you multiply diagonally. If you have forgot your multiplication facts, that's okay. You should have your calculator. If you haven't picked up your calculator, please make sure that you pick up your calculator. All right, in your calculator, if you have forgotten, please type in 4 times 6. What is 4 times 6? 24. That is 24. Good job. Bring down the equal. If you have forgotten, please type in 12 times 2. What is 12 times 2? Is 24 equal to 24? Yes. This is true. So that means these are similar. This is a yes. They are similar. We'll pause for the calls to give you a chance to write. All right, let's do the second one. All right, we're going to write this as a proportion again. Remember, a proportion by definition is where you have two ratios that you make equal to each other. So the ratio that we're going to create is going to be this slanted side here and the slanted side on the bottom. So we're going to put the slanted side first. That's 1 centimeter. And the bottom slanted side is 2. So we're comparing. We got our slanted side and then the bottom slanted side, okay? So what do we write as our ratio here? What over what? 5 over 10. Okay. Now we're going to cross multiply to see if the two figures are similar. Cross multiply means that you're going to multiply diagonally. So that's going to be 1 times 10. What is 1 times 10? 10. We got 10. Bring down the equal. I'm going to multiply this. What is 5 times the 2? 10. All right, and let me write this out so just in case you missed what I did. I said 1 times 10. I multiplied diagonally. And then I said 2 times 5. Multiplying diagonally. It gives me 10 over here. This also gives me 10 here. Is this true or is this false? True. This is true. Therefore, these figures are similar. Similar figures are proportionate. See if you can do number 3 and number 5. Set it up as a proportion and use cross multiplication. Number 3 and 4, baby. All right, so let's look at the first one. We set this up as a proportion. We have 3 on the top, 5 on the bottom. Okay, I'm comparing this side to this bottom side. I'm going to do top side first, bottom side. Top side first, bottom side. Got to be consistent when I'm setting up a proportion. If I do bottom first, I could do bottom and then top, but then I have to do bottom and then top. You got to be consistent on how you set up your proportions. Now we're going to cross multiply. We're going to multiply 5 times 1 and then 3 times 2. What's 5 times 1? 5. What's 3 times 2?
6.
Is this true?
No.
This is false. Very good. So this is not similar. And most of us got this right. All right, let's look at the second one. All right. We are going to compare. Let's compare the slanted side first and then the back side. Slanted first, then back side. So that's slanted on top, the side on the bottom. Do the same thing over here. Slanted on the top, side on the bottom. You could have did it the other way around. Okay? It's still true to form if you do 2 over 5 and 10 over 25. This is the same thing. You're going to be multiplying the same group of numbers together. You got 5 times 10. See how you got 5 times 10 here also? You got 2 times 25. You see how you got 2 times 25 here also? All right, I'm going to erase the bottom one so I can have space to solve. What is 5 times 10? 50. What is 2 times 25? Is 50 equal to 50?
Yes.
This is true. What does that mean? These are what? Similar. Okay. Raise your hand if you got that right. I did see a few people that had that right. Okay. Great job. All right. Let's look at number. Anybody still copying before we move to the second section? All right. Let's look at number 5. Okay. Number 5, in this picture, BC length is missing. BC is the length that we're trying to find. So we're going to set this up as a proportion because it says that the two shapes are similar. What must be the value of x, okay? Or what must the value of x be in order for the figures to be similar? Okay, so we're going to solve for x. We're going to set this up as a proportion and we're going to solve. Kate, y'all good? Okay. All right, so let's set this up as a proportion. X is missing, so we're going to compare the top to the side. Top to side. So if we're comparing the top to the side, what would be the ratio for this second rectangle? 8. Look how this, you see how it matches up? The longer side here is 57. The longer side here is what? 24. What did they do? They just turned it on its side. So you got to be careful about what sides correspond. Okay, because this is an easy one to get wrong because what they did was turned it on its side. Okay, but the longer side is 57 here, and the longer side here is going to be 24. Okay, so it's really going to be 8. These two side lengths, they match up. And 57 and 24, they match up. They are corresponding sides. Now we can use cross multiplication to solve. We're going to cross multiply. We're going to multiply 24 times x. That's 24x. And we're going to multiply 8 times 57. I don't know that one. What's 8 times 57? Say again, baby. 456. Okay. All right. Now we got to solve for x. Miss Reyes, how did you get 456? Someone said. We are multiplying 8 times 57. 8 times 57. Okay. Now we got to get x by itself. What operation is automatically between the number or the coefficient and a variable? Multiplication. What's the inverse? Colton, sit up. What's the inverse of multiplication? So we're going to divide both sides by 24. Okay. So we're going to say 456 divided by 24. What does that give you? So x is equal to 19 feet. Okay, I'm going to pause for the calls and give you a chance to set up number 6 and solve. Okay, I want you to do number 6 on your own. Okay, so let's set it up. Some of us compared as this is turned sideways. So this is the bottom part of the triangle, and this is the side of the triangle. So bottom and side. So here, bottom and side. Okay? Cross multiply. X times 72 is 72x. Then we have 12 times 18, that's 216. What operation, addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division, is between 72 and x? It's multiplication. The inverse of multiplication is what? Division. Yes, babe. Scooch. Scooch. Is that better? Yeah. All right. So we're going to divide both sides by 72. This gives me x is equal to 3 feet. 3 centimeters, sorry. X equals to 3. Say again, Nia? I thought you said something. Okay. All right, let's see if you can do number 7 and 8 on your own, please. Where are we putting our packet? Work to do, part of our folder. You okay? Come on. Sorry, yeah, it'd be like that sometimes. All right, the last two that I want you to do, I'm going to collect that for grade. So please make sure you do your best and show your work so I can collect those for grade. Are you collecting them as you walk out? Remember we did on first. Thank you. No. I'm at 7. Thank you.
It's 2 sheets, okay? This is the drawing that we're going to do.
Come on, guys.
Look at you. Stars. Remember, you don't have to do that sound, right? Zeros itself out. X equals what? What is X equals? Taking this up for a grade, y'all. All the time. Sammy. Sammy clearly doing it. And I will go. We got a lot of yesterday. But I did all
All right. No, we're not doing it back. All right. So I'm not going to tell you the answer because I want you to make sure you understand how to cross multiply. So I'll set this one up. I'm not going to set this one up. Okay. So here, look, this is the height. So we're comparing the height to the base. So height to the base. Height to the base. This is how you set it up and cross multiply. Okay. If you set it up correctly, wonderful. All right, please raise these up in the air if you're 100% finished with it. Raise it up in the air, please, if you're finished. Make sure your first and last name is on your work.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Are you gonna do that one?
First and last name. Make sure first and last name is on your paper.
You didn't solve it. Do the other one. Who's done?
First and last name. First and last name.
You're not gonna do that?
Come on, I need you to finish first and last name.
My hands up.
First and last name. I'm explaining. All right, here we go. Put your first and last name on this sheet. Put your first and last name on this sheet. Shh. First and last name, please, on the sheet. Section 1, please put your calculators back. I'm going to keep going over it. Shh, please listen. Section 1, please put your calcs back.
How do you turn it off? How do you turn it off?
Shh. Sammy, can you turn number 8 around? All right, here we go. This is how this works. Shh, guys, shh, stop talking, please. Shh, Kate, are you ready? Okay. You're going to solve these problems. You're going to put it back in the cabinet, please. You're going to solve these problems. And then on the back side, sorry, wrong one. After you solve all of the problems, you're going to circle your answers here. And this is going to tell you what to draw on the help wanted on the back. And the picture is supposed to look a certain way. So please make sure that you circle the correct answers and draw the appropriate picture. Okay? Put this in your work to do part. We'll finish that part tomorrow. Section 2, calculators.